What's going on, beautiful people? This is the Perspective Chasers podcast, and I am your host, John. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about living in a consumer's world. As the start of this episode, as always, I'll do a quick update of behind the scenes. It's the middle of the heat wave still at the minute in the UK, so forgive me if I'm incredibly sweaty. Life's still quite hectic. I got caught up with work and the little one and everything else, so I'm still kind of trying to play catch up. I'm literally recording this before I go work, just to make sure I kind of get myself back on schedule. It's a lot of the pressure on myself to keep me ahead of schedule and everything else, but I feel much better when I've got a couple in the bank ready to push out than constantly waiting to record the next one, just because I never know what life is going to throw at me. So I'd always rather be prepared. In terms of editing, I've shortened down the intros just a little bit. It was 15 seconds. I shortened it to 10 seconds if that bothers anybody. Just because I thought it was a little bit too long-winded looking at the engagement and everything else. It was just, I don't know, it was a personal call. So let me know if you've noticed a difference or not and what you think about it. But let's get into the main part of the episode. So to get into living in a consumer's world, and again, like every episode, this is only my opinion, my perspective, my point of view, and what I see of life. But most things, well, pretty much everything is built to fail. So you buy it again. And it's the constant thing with everything. If it's not built to fail, it's built to be replaced. Because who wants to sell something once that's not great business if you can sell it time and time and time again? That's why most people are buying phones every couple of months when your previous phone worked fine. But they put it to you as if what you had wasn't good enough. And I'm gonna really try and stay on topic with this one because it branches out to so many other aspects in life. But that constant feeling of you don't have enough or you're not enough, it all lies behind these kind of cogs of consumerism turning. Don't get me wrong, there's more at play than just consumerism. But I'm trying to talk about it just from that aspect. And kind of come at things from that way. So at the minute we're in the middle of financial crisis, and the most advice you see out there is you're doing something wrong, but hey, here, buy this, or here, pay this to manage this, or it's just passing the buck. Nothing's ever yo, just make your world smaller, just calm down. So let me be the first person to tell you, you have enough stuff. You don't need no more new stuff. Not if you're struggling anyway, and not if you're in a point of going paycheck to paycheck. If you're in a place of unhappiness or struggle or discomfort, consuming isn't gonna cure it. It might dull the pain a little while, binging a show on whatever streaming service, or ordering a takeout, or any other temporary means of instant gratification and satisfaction. It might make you feel good in the short term, but it's just perpetuated the problem. That need to consume, it isn't going to fix anything. That shortcut isn't going to make things any easier. Buying things over and over again and not buying things over and over again, stressing about buying things and buying things beyond your means because you think they're going to make you happy, or putting yourself in levels of discomfort in order to just buy a material thing that realistically it doesn't matter. It's a material object, it's replaceable, and don't get me wrong, alright, cool, there's some things that are irreplaceable or whatever. Fair enough, but that's not everything. most stuff that we consume and most things, like how many iPhones are out there? How many Samsungs or other phones are out there that are just freaking generation 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Like every 6 months or probably even more frequently than that, there's a new phone out. A new person telling you that what you have isn't good enough. You need to get the latest one to be current, to be up to date, to this, that, and everything else. Like, it really isn't that deep. Like, all of these material things, they ain't gonna change your life. Like, especially if you're in a point of struggle, which a lot of people are at the minute. Like, and this point of consumerism, like, you look at places now, and I mean, we're in the middle of September and they're putting Christmas stuff up already. Like, Halloween ain't even been yet, and Christmas stuff is going up everywhere. Like, we're in the middle of a heat wave, and I'm seeing snowmen about. Like, I don't know where you're living, but I'm living in the UK. Like, it's meant to be cold in winter around Christmas, and you'd think anyway. But Halloween ain't even out the way, and there's Santa Claus on the shelf. So straight away now, that's going to be months of people walking past that, and they're going to buy so much stuff they don't need, waste so much money in a time of financial crisis. But it's and again, it's nothing against companies. By all means, try to make your money and sell your product. But it's down to us to be more aware of what we're consuming and how we're consuming it, down to the information that we're consuming, the products that we're consuming, the food that we're consuming. That's in your control. Everybody is going to project everything they can at you in the world. They're going to push their ideas, their products, their feelings, you name it, whatever. They're going to push it on you. That's fine. They're going to do that. It's down to you to be wise enough to say, no thanks, I don't need that, and choose what you need or want in your life. It's your life after all. And I really do think that no material possession is going to change your life. Like, I put a question to somebody the other day, and I'll put it to all of you. By all means, comment below and let me know what your choice was. But if you could have one perfect object that just performed its task perfectly, what would it be? Now, obviously, it can't be a person or an animal, or it has to be a perfect object. So I'll give you an example. They chose a time machine. I was like, cool. Well, you can travel forwards and backwards in time, but you can't interfere with time, because then it wouldn't be perfect, because you'd be changing things. And it doesn't transport you place, it only transports you in time. So if you was in the UK when you travel back to the period of the dinosaurs, you'd still be in the period of the dinosaurs, just in the UK. So with that premise, there are limits to your perfect object. But if you could have any one perfect object, what would it be? I'm interested to find out, so please comment below. Back on topic. There's always going to be things pushed at you, so it's down to you to kind of, what's the word? Navigate the waters as best as you can. And sometimes you're going to make mistakes. Like, I still waste money and buy useless things, and after I'm like, why the hell did I buy that? Or why did I do that? Or why did I waste a day doing that? Like, but it happens. And as long as you learn from it, we're all still learning through life. We're always learning. So just try to be aware of your actions, especially when it comes to consumerism. Because honestly, everyone's selling you something. And you're selling yourself. Most people are anyway, selling their self in one way or another for money. So associate the things that you buy with your time, because that's essentially what it is. Because you have to earn that money back somewhere, and that money is normally earned through your time. So that thing that costs 100, 200 quid, even £10, £20 pound, whatever, that's a moment of your time. You're going to have to earn that again. So be wise how you spend your time, literally and metaphorically. I need to get ready for work, so I'm going to try to wrap this one up now. And I mean, that would have been a nice seed to leave it on, but I'll quickly try to spit out another seed. But yeah, do you know what? That is going to be the seed for this one. Spend your money as if it was your time. Because for a lot of us, your money is your time. And you wouldn't be so flippant with your time. Well, hopefully you wouldn't be so flippant with your time. So don't be so flippant with your money unless you can be. All the best, and I'll catch you on the next one.